Big E Astrology. You know what time it is. We're going to break down this chart for October 14th. The solar eclipse in Libra, 21 degrees. And it's a Sagittarius rising chart, just like America's chart. So pay attention, all right? Yeah, it's Libra season. Happy birthday, Libras, and happy autumn. October is intense, and we are already in the eclipse energy. And you could feel it 6 months after. All right, let's get to the chart and break down the solar eclipse in Libra. Sun and moon, 21 degrees. BigEAstrology. Yo, what's the deal, good people? Eric Taylor, BigEAstrology, back with a special video for the annual solar eclipse in Libra, 21 degrees, the new moon. This is on October 14th, okay? Almost around 11 a.m., 10:56 a.m. Pacific, okay? So that's, 11 to 2:56 or 1:56, almost 2 p.m. Eastern. This is the first of the eclipse series. And then, we've got the lunar eclipse on October 28th. I'll be doing a video on that later, but you can come find out about both of these in details that I can't even share on YouTube on October 14th, 4 p.m. Eastern for 2 hours, only $20, astrological coffee talk with Eric. I think it's coffee talk number 21. All right, so just email me directly at bigeastrology@gmail.com. So what's so big about this? Are you kidding me? October is a wild energy. We know what's already going on in the world. Prayers to Afghanistan, to Gaza, Palestine, Israel, still Morocco, Liberia, Maui. I mean, just the world. Things are happening and moving for the collective. So this chart in America is the same as America's chart, a Sagittarius ascendant. So we have the sun and moon at 21 degrees, the Libra South Node, right? And Mars has just entered Scorpio for this eclipse at 1 degree, but it was already activated as we came within the eclipse. Mercury has combust the sun, okay? So that can create like a little anxiety and some anxious energy. And this sun, moon, Mercury in Libra and the South Node is in the 11th house of what? Our hopes, dreams, wishes, the internet, politicians, long-term investments, philanthropic work, nonprofit, older siblings, your father's younger brother and younger siblings, wild exotic animals. And just so you know, as we get to the chart, you may feel this 2 weeks before October 14th, and you can definitely feel this energy years to come, but definitely strong the 6 months afterwards, okay, till we get to the next eclipse in April, maybe April 8th or 10th, not sure. For the Aries Libra axis, because the eclipse coming up October 28th is the final one in Taurus Scorpio, just completing that cycle. So that'll be more focused on value, self-worth, possessions, medical system, the physical body, food, nature, things like that. This is I versus we, right? Aries, Libra axis, but this is all the Libra, the we, the relationships, the partnerships. Eclipses, you guys, are karmic-fated energy. There are events and things that will occur and happen that are completely out of our control. Now, this is really going to affect the Libras and all the cardinal signs, Aries, Libra, Cancer, Capricorn. This eclipse energy is squaring Pluto at the degree, not the exact minute, but at the degree of 27 degrees in Pluto retrograde, right? But it will be stationed direct in Capricorn. That was USA, return. And the eclipse is going through Utah, New Mexico, Texas, Colorado, Mexico, Central and South America. Okay, so that's important to know because those areas can really be greatly affected by the eclipse energy and the cycle. All right. Sorry, I got an itch in my nose. But yeah, I mean, this is heavy. And little extra layer of insight. The 21 degree, you're looking at the nakshatra, but the lunar mansion of Libra, which is ruled by Venus, and then the next layer is Jupiter. So this will really directly speak with our relationships around biology, finance, marriage, our fortune, our finances, blessings. Okay? Jupiter is expansion, abundance, fortune, luck, but it's the teacher, preacher energy as well, your beliefs and philosophies. All right, so there's a lot to talk about. So let's get to this chart for the solar eclipse. And let me tell you, the chart ruler of Sagittarius, Jupiter, it's retrograde in Taurus in the 6th house of our work, service, health, sickness, illness, and daily routine. Taurus, the physical body, the throat chakra. Okay, pay attention. All right, let's go to the chart for the annual solar eclipse in Libra on October 14th. BigEAstrology. All right, so we're looking at the chart here. Like I said, this is the whole chart, but you know, we're looking at the 11th house of the Libra. But what's important is the Sagittarius ascendant and the Jupiter and Taurus in the 6th house, the chart ruler. So let's zoom it in and break it on down. You know, the Sagittarius ascendant, I think what's fascinating is the part of fortune is there. Spiritual and financial blessings based on the vitality, physical appearance, outer mass, our I am energy. Through our finance, our beliefs, our fortune, our philosophies, our wisdom. Okay? So you want to have the knowledge. You see the Mars over here, is entered into Scorpio. That happened just 2 days before on October 12th. And we're still dealing with this South Node conjunction with the Sun and Moon, and obviously Mercury. And they're all kind of not only squaring this Pluto Capricorn in the 2nd house, especially the South Node. You know, the square from the Sun and Moon, it's 6 degrees off. I'd like it to be closer, but you could still kind of say it's in that energy. And you're dealing with the T-square because the Aries, you definitely have the Chiron in Aries opposing the Mercury at 17 degrees, and Aries, the goddess of discord and chaos, to create a spiritual awakening for a higher truth, and the Aries North Node. Okay, so that's important to know. And obviously Venus has entered Virgo when we're looking at our finances in terms of and relationships, being very analytical and critical, and it's in the 10th house. Okay, you see the Juno and Leo and Lilith in Leo in terms of love energy and our root chakra and connecting into our physical body about our ideas and beliefs and philosophy, right? Because the sun's ruler is in the 9th house, okay? And the moon's ruler, right, is in the 8th and the 6th, the exaltation of Taurus, and then Vesta in the 6th house of Cancer. So when you're looking at this energy, number one, like I said, Mercury's combust, right? It's very close to the sun, but it is opposing Chiron. And for this eclipse, there's going to be a lot of things around our relationships, our business partnerships, these type of connections that's karmic and fated, where when it's a South Node eclipse, it cuts and separates and divides. So any relationships and partnerships that no longer serve you, they can be greatly removed and severed at this time. We'll talk about this more in Coffee Talk in a whole nother way. So you definitely want to sign up for that for Saturday, October 14th. But Understand, this is a very spiritual energy because of the lunar mansion being Jupiter. So this is definitely where people can be finding that the relationship or marriage that they're in no longer serves them, or it can be karmically fated that through your friends and social networks and groups, or actually through the internet, or maybe you come to Coffee Talk, 11th House Astrology, and you meet somebody, men and women come, and you fall in love with them because you share their love for astrology together. But this is definitely a theme of extreme wealth, reaching our goals and hopes and dreams. And kind of, I hate to say it, when the moon's in the 11th house in Libra with the Sag rising, it's opposing the 5th house of children. And there's a less emphasis and focus on the kids, even though the North Node is there. You know what I mean? This is, I don't want to say selfish, but it's not, it's a masculine cardinal air sign. So it's not super introspective, and it's not necessarily looking at this 5th house the way that it should. Now, but because the Chiron, Aries, the North Node are there, it won't help but be able to see that independent spirit of the heart chakra for the collective, of the creativity, of the children. Okay? So this is going to be the type of energy that USA change is coming around your business relationships, your partnerships, your marriages, the I versus we, right? Any we's, social networks, groups, organizations you're a part of that are not for your highest and greatest good will karmically just be, it's going to be fate. They're going to fade away and disappear. The South Node cuts and separates, divides if it does not spiritually serve you. If it is not for your Venus and Virgo, where your analytical, critical mind, right? Where it's like not perfection, but really like looking at the details of the money, of the partnership. Is this serving me? Does this check into my Leo 9th house, Lilith, Juno, my heart and root chakra for my beliefs and philosophies? This is going to be a very clear-cut energy, and you're going to see at this time a lot of things shifting for the next 6 months. Obviously, like I told you, it's going through America, Mexico, Central and South America. This is heavy, okay? So we'll kind of just do like a quick little rundown of all the ascendants. Obviously, this is more for the Sagittarius ascendant with the Libra in the 7th house, okay? In the 11th house, sorry. So for the Scorpio rising, it's going to be in your 12th house. So this can separate or give you a lot of downloads in your dreams and isolation, and even potential business connections overseas, but it can change things in your dreams and your fantasies, and also make you purge, surrender, release those hidden enemies, right? Libra, Sun, Moon risings. Okay. Now for the Libra risings on your ascendant, wow, this is definitely going to force you to be introspective, but also really for you to increase your self-love, to see like, wait a minute, why am I getting the short end of the stick in these relationships constantly? I can't do this anymore. Okay. So when you have the Mercury, and remember you guys, because the Mercury's combust and Mercury's in Libra, it's always going to want, and this energy in general for the collective, just this chart, even with the Sag rising, it's going to be seeking justice and fairness. That's why we have all this stuff going on with the unions, with health insurance, Kaiser, right? With the auto insurance, the Screen Actors Guild, writers, they got their deal. But all this is coming up, pharmaceutical companies. There's going to be this situation where people are realizing they are not being treated fairly, and they're going to want justice, and they're going to be seeking harmony and balance. Okay. But Mars is at home in Scorpio now, and Mars in Scorpio is going to investigate the truth, right? So for a Libra rising, this energy is, that Scorpio will be in the 2nd house of Libra rising. This is on your ascendant. So you've got to figure out, Libra, this is the time for Libra risings where they've got to actually stop be still and realize, wait a minute, am I valuing myself first in relationships? So for Virgo risings, okay, in the ascendant, that would put the Libra in the second house of your values, right? Your possessions, how you earn money. So this can make a big change to your money, your savings, your food, your speech. You may want to like just throw your whole life up in the air, Virgo risings, and decide that you are going to make great changes around your values and your possessions. You're going to sell everything and move. You're going to be like, hey, I want to do something, make changes with my face, a little Botox, a little surgery. Maybe you were like, I want to start taking singing lessons, or I want to follow that career that I've always wanted to be an interior designer or decorator. Okay. So the Leo rising, right? That's going to put your Libra in the third house. So this can affect things with your siblings, your communications, your writing, your learning, your neighbors, your local communities, your social media. You may be like, you know what? No more. I'm done. Social media is toxic. I don't need my Instagram. I don't want this negative energy, this attention. Leo risings, you're like, wait a minute. You're checking in with your Lilith on the ascendant and you're like, you know what? This no longer serves me. Or I'm not messing with my younger sibling and my cousin and my, neighbors anymore, right? These relationships are terrible. Your skills, you may decide like, you know what? I'm going to law school. I'm deciding I'm going to be a social worker. I want to go and teach, there's and understand that because of the Mercury, you're going to be kind of anxious. This could because of the square to Pluto, right? Wherever the Libra house is in your chart, depending on your ascendant, it can increase fear at this time. But you've got to really focus on the Jupiter lunar mansion of being optimistic, right? So don't be around any people with negative energy. You want to be about the positive fortune and optimism. You're not worried about these wars. You're choosing the frequency and the timeline of the 5D. So the Cancer rising, it's going to put the Libra in the fourth house, making that square, okay? And this can be very fated where you maybe go back home, or you're visiting your mothers, or you're checking in with your ancestors. You may start to have some visions and dreams about mother or grandma or great grandma that have passed away. You may decide you want to leave your homeland. Cancer risings, wherever you live, you're like, you know what? I gotta go. I'm releasing myself from this situation, or moving out of your home. Maybe you're between 18 and 25, you're still at home and you're like, you know what, I'm done. I gotta go. Understand, whatever ascendant you are, this energy, some of the things and events that will occur will push you that you're not necessarily choosing it. The universe and God and this energy is going to be choosing these changes, these separations, this cutting and dividing and purging and surrendering for you. I mean, it's quite clear. And so I want you to understand that. So the Gemini ascendant will put the Libra in the fifth house of creativity, hobbies, high school, college, past life karmas, ancient history, speculative gains, gambling. So this can definitely be an energy where, I don't know, Gemini risings, you got to be mindful and careful. I mean, it could be calling you to start a speculative gain, your own business. Could be an unexpected pregnancy and child, especially with this lunar mansion degree of Jupiter, Sun, Moon, Mercury in the fifth house. But it also could be where you invest in crypto and something grows, or where you decide that you're going to go back to college, or you're going to move as your child decides to go away for college. You're going to move and go to that city to be there as a support system because you don't trust how the world is right now. Or you're like finally going to release a creative endeavor. You've been working on this song, this painting, this sculpture, this screenplay. Gemini risings, that could be, definitely in play with you. And you may, connect with the right people, Aries North Node and 11th house, over the internet to fuel you and help you. Okay. The Taurus rising. All right. You're going to have the Libra in your 6th house, the Sun, Moon, South Node, and Mercury. So for Taurus risings, this can deal with health and sicknesses, kidneys, pancreas, lower back. Could also be, you adopting a pet. This could literally, for Taurus risings, you quitting your job or starting a new job or performing acts of service to humanity. And, Taurus risings, this could also be an area where you spiritually get moved to, really like have some sort of major change or transformation that is fated to your philosophy. Maybe you sign up and take a class to learn something new. Okay. And this could also, maybe something happens with your mother's siblings, So the Aries rising, this is in your 7th house. This can literally sever a business partnership. Yes, it can be a relationship or marriage, but I think with that, North Node and the Ascendant and the South Node and the 7th house, this can either be a spiritual connection coming in, or it can be, this no longer serves me. Or you're severing contracts. You're like, I'm moving out of my apartment. I'm changing my cell phone plan. It could be something simple as that too. But, this is not a light energy. And Libra is very much about the relation with others. And so whatever rising sign you are, it's going to affect that part of your life and, those themes. And on my, playlist, you can watch my, my Exposing the 12 Houses series. So you can really understand how layered, each house is about 20 to 40 different meanings and things that it represents. So the 7th house, and in the Vedic, they look at the 2nd house because it's the face of fame. The 7th house can also be fame. It's the skills of your first child and your second child. So, that can come into play, or an open enemy for Aries risings. Somebody comes out of the woodworks with like a lawsuit or something. So Pisces ascendant, this Libra is in your 8th house. This can be where you finally decide you're going to sign up and take this Reiki course. You're going to stop eating garbage food and you're going to get herbs and plant medicine. You're going to get doTERRA and ancient oils. You're going to be like, I heard BigEAstrology talking about his wife's business, solareclipse.com. I want to get organic and vegan body and skincare. I want to try trace mineral deodorant or tooth powder or, hair, body, face oil from Sabale Pure from Alana Taylor. Hey, give it a try. SABALI pure.com, especially if you're the Pisces rising. Okay. But this can also be some power struggles, some dynamics, and this can make you, in a positive way, something happens and you're like, a sudden event occurs and you're out of the marriage or the relationship. You're not dealing with any more power struggles, control, manipulation, or abuse. And nor should you. Okay. So the Aquarius rising, this Libra will be in your 9th house, right? Of your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies. And Aquarius risings, you're going to, have the Pluto soon there. So this could be the precipice and sort of that, the impetus like to spark off, changing your wisdom, beliefs, and philosophies, going on a trip to Greece or Egypt, going on a pilgrimage, going on a journey to increase your spirituality, that you want to decide you want to sign up and take, one-on-one astrology classes with Eric at BigEAstrology. Aquarius risings, this is that energy in that time. And maybe a second marriage, 9th house, or you're finally like realizing I have got to write and release and publish this book. Okay. There can be, a lot of people even going back to school, secondary education for Aquarius risings. So when we get to the Capricorn risings, the Libra's in the 10th house. This can be literally walking out of your job and be like, I'm done. Changing your public image, your reputation, getting a will or a trust for your legacy, bumping heads with authorities. So, maybe you decide at your job you're going to start a union. You're like, hey, my Starbucks doesn't have a union. I'm fighting, my little store or whatever, there's 10, 12 employees, things like that can come up as well. And this could be where you've got to have that heart to heart with dad and talk about how he drank too much when you were a child and you felt neglected, and that your relationship is never healed from some of his verbal abuse or something like that. Okay. So Capricorn risings, this can be, a time to have a tough conversation with your father, but it also can even, have you switch your career or your workplace or work environment. Maybe you got a home office, or maybe you're working in an office and you're like, you know what, it's time for me to go work at home. Aries North Node, fourth house. You're like, I want to work from home. I don't want to, spend the gas money and deal with the fake people and relationships in my workplace, work environment. Okay. So, and that brings us back to the Sag rising 11th house, which is America's chart. But this is, it's not a game. It's going to be intense. The fact that the Venus is in Virgo, I think we're going to have great changes in America. This can affect our politicians. This can affect who is potentially running for office or changes in what happens. Could this bring it Gavin Newsom and Michelle Obama? Could this, bring up, I think what RFK Jr. is announcing an independent. This can just bring a lot of different things, but understand, even with the frequencies that we had from October 4th and just everything that's going on energetically, I think America and, just Mexico, Central South America, we could be up against the wall potentially for stock market crash, depression, change in our leaderships. And I surely hope, because I know this is on Israel's ascendant, this does not spark some sort of World War III energy. I'm not predicting that. I see things in the chart. Mars, Scorpio, 12th house. So I just have to mention it. So I'm hoping that this eclipse doesn't activate more stuff, because America is very closely tied to Israel. And then you're getting in, with Turkey and Russia and China and Iran, and there this thing could combust and explode easily. Nothing to fear. Vibrate from your heart chakra. I would definitely be meditating on the 14th, and choose the timeline of love and gratitude to be your authentic self. I think that's some of the life lessons that we need to learn. And with the lunar mansion being Jupiter for this sun and moon, this is also an opportunity for growth. When we have eclipses, yes, it's karmic and fated, and it can change kings and rulers and presidents. So be mindful of that. I'm saying it. But it eventually you'll see that this is for your greatest good. So I'm actually encouraged that the lunar mansion behind this is Jupiter. Okay, so choose to be optimistic. But also there may be some relationships and groups you're involved in, or organizations or social networks, fake friends, people that no longer serve you. Things will come up, and the truth will be shown. Venus and Virgo will show you the truth about the relationships, your finances, the pleasure, the beauty. Okay? It's going to be very clear. And I think that we've got to choose to be positive and understand that the I versus we, the Aries North Node is letting us know that the we cannot destroy the I. So if you're around a low vibrational negative energy we, then you've got to cut it, or it just may be cut out of your life for you. And you've got to walk into being a brave, courageous leader. This Mercury opposing Chiron, you've got to go initiate and be introspective. And I know Libra Aries energy, that access is not introspective, but use the Mars in Scorpio to investigate and reprogram your subconscious mind. And I help my clients do that with the birth chart reading. And you've got to choose to be healed so that you can initiate in positive ways, to assert yourself, to be brave and courageous, to take those chances, to start your own business, to initiate things in life. It's go time. And yes, Saturn is in the fourth house, retrograde, and so is the Neptune in Pisces. It says 0 degrees. So it's back to the beginning when it first ingressed into the sign, in the fourth house of the television or homeland. This is the same chart as America. Healthy boundaries in your life and spiritual discipline. It's a must. Do that breath work. Ground in nature. Taurus, sixth house. Be careful, driving fast. We don't need any sudden events or accidents, whatever, especially on the 14th. But just be mindful, this can definitely affect our food supply, earthquakes, nature, the garden itself, your health, physical body and the throat, Taurus. So Saturn and Pisces, and like I always tell my clients, with Pisces in the fourth house, it's a good time to spend some time around water or get a water feature in your home, or definitely light instrumental music, just to calm down that Mercury combust the sun in Libra. You know what I mean? Don't fear anything. Don't get nervous. Don't communicate with people that are pushing the negativity or the fear. Choose the timeline of being your authentic self with love and gratitude. All right. So, said a mouthful, but I think that it's on us to be, expand our minds as the Sagittarius ascendant, seek that freedom and it being more spiritual. And, what do you believe? Who are you? I am the I am. Connect to God. Stay humble. Thank you, God. Thank you, Lord Jesus. That's, and I just pray for peace. But I hope that you guys enjoyed this. And this is not a time for manifesting new things on this new moon. You don't do that. You don't set new intentions on an eclipse. Okay? You chill out. You write and journal, and you get introspective. But to me, I think that it's a great day for positive affirmations. Hey, Coffee Talk is on that day, so it's a great day, right? It's an 11th house of the internet and astrology to come to Astrological Coffee Talk with Eric. We'll get deeper into this chart, and we're going to look at the chart of the lunar eclipse on the 28th. So, but I wanted to put this up and out for you guys, for the collective. But just reach out to me, BigEAstrology@gmail.com. And you got this. You're not alone. And hopefully, if you don't have the proper we in your life, the partnerships, relationships, or marriage, this energy may bring it in. But sometimes we have to release, surrender, and purge, cut things out of our life, so then there's room for it to energetically come in. We attract who we are, so do the work. Ground, meditate, tone. Increase your vibration, your frequency, get your crystals, right? Open up that third eye. Definitely take care of the water. Get some sea salt, Celtic sea salt put in there. Get your sea moss, ashwagandha, burdock root, spirulina, your lime. Okay. Start your day off with some lemon or lime water in the morning. Cold showers. You got this intermittent fasting. Okay, so that's it. I hope you enjoy this solar eclipse. It's going to bring some change to America, and the midheaven is here too. So we're going to have to learn to work together. At the end of the day, the best eyes can exist in a we. And the best we's need to be individual eyes. You got it? All right. BigEAstrology. Yeah, so before we wrap up this Libra Solar Eclipse, USA, change is coming. Remember, it's 21 degrees, the sun and moon in the 11th house. Chart ruler is Jupiter. The lunar mansion is Jupiter. The eclipse rulers are Venus, which is in Virgo. And Mars is in Scorpio. So take some time, as I like to help my clients, to reprogram their subconscious mind and heal the inner child. And the sun and moon at 21 degrees, forgot to mention, it's in a conjunction to Uranus at 22 degrees in Taurus. So this is definitely going to be some sudden discomfort or sudden events around your self-worth, possessions, values, relationships in your everyday life. Stay grounded, stay positive, come to Coffee Talk. Libras, book a birth chart reading, Libra Sun Moon Risings, Libra birth chart sale ends October 22nd. But this is potent energy. And you deserve to have people that are supportive in your life. There's a difference between family and blood relatives. Family, you choose. The blood relatives, they don't got your back, they don't love you, uplift you, and treat you right. Deuces. No energy vampires, no negative stuff. It's time to finally heal. Understand this North Node, South Node access is until January 11, 2025. And you've got to walk into being your individual, assertive, initiating self in a pioneering, maverick way. I am. That Aries energy can teach us a lot, even on this solar eclipse in Libra. Change is going to come. All right? Email me directly, BigEAstrology@gmail.com. Libra Solar Eclipse, October 14th, 21 degrees. USA, Mexico, Central, South America. Change is coming. BigEAstrology.